Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about a perennial herb that isn't commonly talked about. It's not overtly popular in today's modern gardening. In fact, I didn't even know the plant existed until like a few years ago. And I'm talking about the herb Lovage. Now, I have found that it can be an excellent addition to my garden, and it can also be a very nice and flavorful ingredient to various dishes like soups and stews and other similar foods. And maybe this is a plant you might want to consider adding to your garden as well. Okay, so let's check this plant out. So like I said, Lovage is a perennial herb. It's also an umbelliferous vegetable, meaning that it is in the carrot family. So it's also related to parsley, celery, parsnip, dill, fennel, and other plants like that. Sometimes the root of this plant is even used as a substitute for bare root for certain medicinal applications and things of that nature. This plant also might be an excellent companion plant in the garden, attracting some beneficial insects, especially if it's allowed to flower. It'll probably attract similar pollinators to the garden as would like dill or cilantro or other members of the parsley family, carrot family, when they're in flower, and helping to deter or take care of other pests. So in terms of companion planting, I have not experimented with it a lot. I've heard it might be a good companion plant to broccoli, potatoes, and other root crops, but like I said, I'm not totally sure. Hopefully I'll be able to experiment with that sometime in the future. Like I said, it's a perennial and it's hardy to zone 4, so it can withstand some of the northern winters. Comes back each year nice and strong. It does just fine in this zone 6A climate. Through the season, if you want a good supply of leaves, it's usually best to cut off the flowering stalks should they appear. That way the energy can go back into the roots and come back up as leaves and continue on with the vegetative growth throughout the season. This is a plant that also likes full sun. It can tolerate some part shade as well. So just kind of be mindful of that when you're adding it to the garden. In terms of edibility, the younger leaves you can nibble on. They're pretty strong, kind of like celery times like 50, but they can be a really nice addition to various dishes, maybe soups, stews, but just know that a little bit goes a long way. You can also use the stalks as a celery substitute. You cut off the leaves and you can kind of blanch them in water a little bit to help reduce the flavor. The seeds of the plant have actually been used as a celery seed substitute as well. I have not tried that, but again, that is something I would like to work with in the future to kind of see what kind of flavor it throws and how it might complement a dish like a soup or maybe in pickling solutions. In some instances, the root has even been used as a flavoring. Again, I have never tried that. I've usually just stuck with the leaves, but the roots have been used as well. I think in ancient times, the tea from the leaves was used as a digestive tonic, right? Because it has a very stimulating, somewhat pungent flavor. So in a way, it can kind of wake up your digestive tract. Maybe I'll do some more videos on this plant in the future as it continues to grow, as I continue to use it for different things, because I'd really love to share some more experiments that I may do with this plant in the future. But for now, it's a plant that has a lot of promising possibilities, and I'm really excited about what it can contribute to the garden and the kitchen as well. Alright, and that is that. I hope you enjoyed this video about Lovage. It's a very intriguing plant, very interesting addition to the garden with a bunch of possible different uses and applications. And unfortunately, over the years, it's kind of been a little forgotten. So hopefully this video helps to shed some light on it, because I think it's a really cool plant to grow. And now hopefully you do too. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I look forward to seeing you in a future video. Take care.